YouTube? It's your boy Sean Matry here with another ban list. Yes. Is it bad? Is it good? Is it everywhere in between? Well, guess what? We're gonna talk about it right here, right now, and here we go. All right. So we hit some skills. Sexo 2. Okay. All right. We hit the skill. We hit Barry and we rebalanced Barry and Battlemore. Shooting at the Crystal Radiance. So they strengthened the DDD skill. They strengthened the Crystal Radiance, Tri-Brigade, MST skill, and the Book of Moon. Alright, Zexal 2 Power of the Future. So the blue spot is what they've changed. You can use this each of these skills second to 35, blah blah blah. Once returned to if your deck contains victory. Oh, so it's literally the same thing. All they told you to do is you have to play victory. What the? What tarnation is this? Why? Wait, we had to wait was it a month now? Yeah, we had to wait 3 weeks to a month to say, guess what, guys? You can play victory in the deck. I'm gonna crash out. Yes. So we waited 3 months for this. Next, we got Barry and Battlemore, the strongest variant. So now you can use that skill twice per duel. Great, it still isn't enough. Even if you use it twice per duel, most of the time you want to go second with this, which I guess, I mean, the strength is if you go first, so you can go first, and then skill again, I guess. Oh. Does this make this deck any better? Oh, give me a second, I have an itch in my eye. Probably not. This deck is probably still really bad. Not very good. I don't know. This deck wasn't doing anything before. I don't think this changes it much. If you go second, it's still the same. Go second. If you go first, I guess it gets a little stronger. So now you can do it twice per duel and get your monsters into rotation. I don't know, but you know, they break it, then they summon a Windy, you still probably lose. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one, man. I don't know. Not to mention that they can still TK you anyway. Tuning in the Dark King during all. Wait. So they literally made okay. Set one from your hand or deck. So they turned all these skills to summon the Bureau. You're gonna tell me this is all they did? They just made these so that way this could summon the Bureau. I mean, I guess going second now you can set the contract spell for the hand. Why did they do this with the Crystal Beast spell? Why did they do this one for the hand? And why can't you activate? Why can't you activate Conclave out of the hand? Why can't you do this with this one and this one? How about this? Konami, be consistent! Oh my. Just be consistent! Like, why do you make it with this skill and not with this skill? I don't understand. Oh my gosh. I'm literally laughing, man. Like, be consistent. So Crystal Beast can run the Biru, tuning Dark DDD can run the Biru, Tri-Brigade can run the Biru. What did they do with this? Nothing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that gets me. Here's the thing that gets me rolling. Okay. Why in tarnation do you have to shuffle a card to add MST to your hand? Like, why? Why do you have to do that when we have this, like, you went for, first of all, Konami, okay? This kills me. 7 years ago, not 7 years ago, what was Harpy Meta, 2021? Yeah, so 2021, yeah. Alright, 4 years ago, you had Destiny Hero skill come out in Arc V meta. Okay? That literally, was it 20? It might have been 3. Let me see. So last year was Go Rush. That was 2024. Yeah. 2023 was Rain. No, it was Rush. 2022 was Rush. 2022 was Reigns. And then 2021 was Heartbeat. Yeah. So, 4 years ago, Konami, you came out with a skill for Destiny Hero that literally added MST to your hand for free. And the Shark skill recently adds it to your hand for free going second. Why in Tornation do you now have to shuffle a card to add MST and do nothing else? Book of Moon, I guess, because you were going second and it would give you too much advantage, but then you have to run 7 or more Dark Monsters in the deck. And then you have to shuffle when they add Book of Moon. Which, I guess, because Book of Moon is a disruption, it makes some sort of sense. I don't know, but if it's only adding Book of Moon, you could pretty much get it for free, I feel. I don't know. It would make it more interesting if you could just add Book of Moon for free. This would make it a lot more interesting. Because dark decks, some dark decks, I think, can really take control of this. And this is just ridiculous. Earth, water, fire, and wind. Apparently MST is that broken, guys. I don't know. I don't feel that, but Konami may, so whatever. Alright. Next, we got an extended Forbidden list. Okay, so we banned another Utopia FTK enabler. Outstanding. Great. Alright. Awesome. You know, they could just rewrite the skill to say you can't do damage on the first turn. On turn 1, but nope. They won't do that. So they just banned another thing that OTKs in Utopia. Which I think this kind of sucks in some ways because this is used to farm at the gate. So they just banned the card that people can farm at the gate with. So I don't like it for that. I don't like it for that purpose. But I think that these should be a PvP ban list, not PvE, but whatever. Next is number C39, Utopia Ray Victory and Exceed Change Tactics. These are both at 1, so now that you have to play this in the deck, you can't run Change Tactics anymore. So this should hopefully end the FTK nonsense. Next, you have, which is good and fine, but it's whatever. Limited 2, Recurrence. I mean, this is great. This is like one of the greatest things coming off. I'm very happy about this. Can I look at the current limit 2s? Dang it, I don't think I can. And I mean, why do you, I don't want to get spoiled. I don't want to get spoiled. Okay. Let's keep going. Alright. Yeah. So Recurrence going to 2 is really good. I can't remember if Power was still at 2. I think it is. But even in that case, you could go 1 Power, 1 Recurrence, and you're fine. And this is really good for the deck. Now the deck is pretty much back at full power. Getting Recurrence back is very strong. They can even just cut Power entirely and just play 2 Recurrence. So, yeah. Very big buff for Salamander right here. Very big buff. They get Recurrence back in the deck. Excuse me. Okay. Limited 3. Now, we didn't see any Shaddoll hits on the previous list. Remember, Limit 3 we had Wendy. They didn't hit the skill, so the skill is still alive. Resh is still at 1. That's all they did to Shaddoll. Did they do anything else? We're about to find out. And I haven't seen a Shaddoll hit yet. This is a Speedroid one. Although, I hope that there's more because I'm going to warn you right now that this is pretty embarrassing if it's the only hit. This card will be limited to 3 to prevent Speedroid decks from having limited 3 cards. Konami, let me explain to you something for a second. And I'm going to say this gently and kindly before I look, and I hope to see more limit 3 cards in there. you do realize that they only play one cork shooter in Speedroid, right? So, if you hit this card alone, they can still run 2 other limit 3s in the deck. So if they played 3 Eclipse before, they'll just play 2 now. Oh my goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire. They should have hit this and maybe something like Speed Recover, maybe something like Speed Recovery alongside it. I hope that they hit something else. I'm not going to go on a tangent. I'm going to hope that they hit something else. So birds are getting freed up. Cobalt to 3 and Turquoise to 3. Okay, so wait, does this mean Canaries no longer on the list? Because who would hit all 3 to 1, right? That would be like a downgrade. Yeah, so these 2 are on the ban list. No, but wait, wasn't that the way it was before? So then they would have had to take Canary off the list. So assuming Canary's off the list, then they would have like 2 and 1. So birds are coming back. Oh boy. Yeah. 2, and this is going to 1, so you now have to play 2 Warbler, 1 Cobalt. If Canary's off the list. Alright, so Battle and Boxer are getting eased. It has been a long time coming for this to do that, but I don't think this really changes anything within the deck, to be honest, whether this is 1 or whether it's not. There's no real Limit 1 that they play in the game that really changes things. Limit 1's not really the most impactful for them, so, yeah. Okay, so that's it. Alright, now I'm gonna go on my rant. What the blibba is this, Kanabi? What the blibba? Why did you only free the cork? So you mean to tell me that you felt Speedroid was enough of an issue to warrant gaining attention? However, you hit cork shooter saying, we don't want you to play this to 3. Well, the only hit in Speedroid is now cork shooter. So they're just going to play 2 limit 3s and replace the 3rd Book of Eclipse that they played it with just any other tech in the game. That could be Droplet, that could be an extra Cosmic Cyclone, that could be a Book of Moon if they want to play it. They could literally change it out for any other tech that is currently in the game. Outside the Bureau, because they can't play the Bureau. But, like, they can even play another Mourner if they want to. Oh my gosh. So, my guess is they just play another Cosmic just to beat Utopia a little bit more consistently. If they go 2nd, they can set the Cosmic Cyclone. They can use Cosmic to force up the Omni. And then after that, use the other Book of Eclipse that they managed to draw into anyway, or Shock Surprise, and then just blow up their field anyway. Oh, I forgot to mention, they could also just play another Shock Surprise. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, this was like one of the worst hits of all time, in my opinion. This and the 1D hit, or ones for the making. Tell you that much. Oh my lord. Alright, so no longer on the list. Divine Dragonite Felgran. Fine. I mean, this card was limited to 1. I haven't seen this card summoned since 1974, so yep. Herald of Arclight. This card is probably the most scariest one coming off the list, because this is like, can be thrown into so many decks that can Synchro Summon that already have limit 1 attached to them, but again, not really worried about it. Not too many decks really make it, so. And none of the meta decks really make it enough to really, none of the meta decks really summon this, so, you know. Not too concerned. Maybe Odd Eyes could do something with it, which would be cool. I have to look up the Odd Eyes stuff. I know Hunter. I'm going to do that cock run. So Vortex and Arclight are free, which is very neat. So that's why I bought the Odd Eyes. Frightful Patchwork is free. Okay, this is something that could have came up months ago, to be honest with you. Yeah, I never understood why this card is limited to 1. Limited at all. Crackdown. Is, I mean, it just falls to Pulse, you know, and all the other limit 3s, they're all coming off. Crackdown is just, you know, I mean, this is some terror with Needle Seal and could get a little bit dicey. That's kind of a bit scary, but, yeah, it coming off the ban list is a strong showing for the card, but, some backroom decks that come out in the future, this could get a little scary about coming off maybe a bit early, but overall, it's keeps following the same rate as the traps. Canary coming off. I said this before. Warbler, that had to be Canary coming off. It's a big buff for birds. Canaries comes off, so now you can play 3 of it. You can play 2 Warbler and 1 Kobold again, so the deck is consistent all over again, and now has the second Warbler back. So yeah. Liquid Soldier coming off is great. For heroes, they can run 3 Stratos. Keep in mind, still no limit 3s. 3 Stratos, 3 Liquid, and yeah, 3 Coils, so very good buff for them. And Tuning Gum is also off the ban list. Okay, so this being off means that you still can't play Void Ogre. Wait, yeah, you can't, because the Abyss is still at 1. Yeah, okay, so you can't play Void Ogre, but the Gum is back. That's a big boom for them against Shaddoll, because now Shaddoll can't out the Hot Red that easily. So that's going to be something that, you know, that gets a little bit harder for them to do, so they just can't flip Hell Shaddoll and force the Hot Red, and then the duel ends from there, but, you know, not ends, but puts them at a severe disadvantage. So yeah, I think this is a good hit, nerf off the ban list too. I'll let Tomato cover all of this. Him, Icy, Grant, Quantum, oh my gosh, I can't. I can't. And of course our Italian goat, the Italian goat Hikari. I couldn't, it was coughing for a minute. The Italian goat Hikari, I'll let them run this down for you guys. Yeah, and Monosync, they're much more affiliated with Rush Duel than I am, so they would do a lot better explaining that than I would. So yeah. What do I think about this ban list? I'll be real with you. It's almost insultingly. I mean, I would say it's like a 4 out of 10, 3.5 out of 10. And it's not for the cards being banned either. It's for the cards coming off. So we're not really talking about Konami limiting the power level of these decks at all. It's more of Konami's points are going toward. They did a good job of buffing the decks that should have been. Rezo got a good buff. Salad got a good buff. Hero got a good buff. What else? Bird, you know, that's where I give my points to. The hits, I mean, come on. Like, the hits did nothing. Shaddoll could have gotten another hit. They didn't touch Shaddoll. The coil shooter hit is a laugh. Is a laugh of a hit. That's all I got to say. Con Clyde coming tonight. We're planning on Gusto, so if you want to see that, make sure you are like, comment, sub to the channel. Follow me on Twitch as well. And until next time, it's your boy Shoma Try, signing out. Peace.